All right, and we're still staying with Olympics for just a moment. And I know we're all a little crestfallen with what's been happening with the preparations going to Rio. They didn't get the right kit. Some of them were too big. Wesley Korir was in fact talking about that. In fact, there is still an email to the Secretary General of the National Olympics Council from Nike officials saying, what happened? We gave you shoes, they didn't come in. There's been a lot, but I think it's important to put this into perspective because lest we forget, as it stands now, this is one of our best performances at the Olympics. And here is one of the reasons why. Lest we forget, never before this Rio Olympics has a Kenyan woman ever won gold at the marathon in Olympics. And this was courtesy of Jemima Sumgong. So this was the first time ever. So lest we forget, this was a good one for us. Also, let's not forget that before the Rio Olympics, no woman had ever won gold in the 5,000-meter race, and we got that thanks to Vivienne Cheriot. So not doing too badly ever. And also, we must not forget our YouTube champion. This was the first medal ever in a field event. We know Julia Siego, even after suffering an injury, won silver for us there and was one of our first medals in a field event ever at the Olympics. So lest we forget, it hasn't been that bad. So just in case you have forgotten, let's refresh your memory with how Kenya has performed in this Olympics versus the last one. Well, this is where we stand right now. 13 medals in Rio versus 11. Now, before you think, okay, well, that's just a difference of 2, we did much, much better in Rio. You see, we won 6 gold, 6 silver, 1 bronze. And in London in the year 2012, we won just 2 gold, 4 silver, and 5 bronze. So doing much better. Now, this is the question then we ask ourselves. If we had prepared our team, if Julia Siego's coach had arrived in time, if they got the right kits, how much better would we have performed? But even as we ask those hard questions, lest we forget, Kenya performed much better in Rio than we did in London. So that is something for us to think about here on Checkpoint tonight. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with the day's sports news and more of this win in Rio coming up.